In a surprising turn of events, recent reports indicate that Lyle and Erik Menendez, known infamously as the Menendez brothers, could potentially be released from prison before Christmas. This unexpected development has drawn significant public attention to a case that captivated the world over 3 decades ago. Convicted in 1996 of murdering their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez, the brothers have spent nearly 3 decades behind bars, maintaining that they acted in response to years of abuse and fear. Now, with a possible release on the horizon, the question arises: what factors could lead to their early freedom? The story of the Menendez brothers has been one of the most heavily publicized and debated criminal cases in recent American history. In 1989, the Menendez brothers were arrested after confessing to the murders of their parents in their Beverly Hills mansion. Their trials drew national media attention, not only for the shocking crime but also for the brothers' defense, which claimed they had endured years of physical, emotional, and sexual abuse by their father, a successful entertainment executive. Lyle and Erik alleged that this abuse drove them to kill in a desperate attempt to escape. The jury, however, found them guilty of first-degree murder, sentencing them both to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Now, over 30 years after their conviction, recent legal developments have breathed new life into their case. Reports suggest that new evidence, including possible testimonies and materials that were not previously considered, may play a crucial role in challenging the brothers' convictions. Legal experts believe that this evidence, combined with evolving perspectives on abuse, trauma, and self-defense, could make a compelling case for their release or, at the very least, a retrial. One of the driving factors behind this potential release is the recent shift in public and judicial attitudes toward abuse-related defenses. Since the Menendez brothers were convicted, society has become more aware of the complexities of abuse, especially regarding its psychological impact on victims. Some advocates argue that modern understanding of abuse trauma could help build a more sympathetic view of the Menendez brothers' actions, suggesting that their abuse claims may have been underestimated during their initial trial. Moreover, the testimonies from those who may have corroborated the brothers' claims of abuse could potentially change the trajectory of the case, sparking debates on whether the justice system has treated their situation fairly. In addition to the new evidence and shifting attitudes, the brothers' behavior in prison has also been highlighted as a potential factor in their case. Since their incarceration, both Lyle and Erik have reportedly maintained a clean disciplinary record, actively participated in rehabilitation programs, and contributed positively to their prison communities. This good behavior, along with consistent efforts to help others, has led some advocates and supporters to argue that the brothers have demonstrated genuine remorse and rehabilitation, thus justifying a reconsideration of their sentences. The media has also played a role in reshaping the narrative around the Menendez brothers. With true crime documentaries and podcasts dedicated to examining the case, public opinion has grown increasingly divided. Some believe that the brothers' actions were inexcusable, while others argue that they deserve a second chance based on their claims of abuse and subsequent behavior. A notable example is the 2017 Law and Order True Crime series, which reignited interest in the Menendez case and brought new perspectives to light. By exposing audiences to the intricacies of the trial, the media has spurred discussions about whether the brothers were fairly treated by the justice system. Supporters of the Menendez brothers have also taken to social media platforms to express their belief that the brothers have served enough time, given the circumstances surrounding their crime. Advocacy groups argue that with nearly 30 years served, Lyle and Erik have paid their debt to society and that the time has come to allow them a chance at freedom. These groups emphasize that the brothers are no longer the young men they were when the crime occurred, but individuals who have since undergone personal growth and transformation. However, the potential release of the Menendez brothers is not without controversy. Many still view their crime as one of brutal premeditation, with a motive rooted more in financial gain than fear or desperation. Opponents of their release argue that granting them freedom could set a dangerous precedent, sending a message that violent crimes can be excused under claims of abuse without substantial evidence. For them, the severity of the Menendez brothers' actions justifies a life sentence, regardless of any mitigating Legal experts have pointed out that, should the Menendez brothers be granted a new trial, it would likely hinge on corroborative testimonies that validate their claims of abuse, as well as new evidence that suggests they were acting out of genuine fear for their lives. This time, defense attorneys could use the modern understanding of abuse trauma to make a stronger case for self-defense. If the court accepts these arguments, the brothers could face reduced sentences or potentially even acquittal, depending on the strength of the evidence. As for the timeline, reports suggest that a decision could be made before the holiday season, possibly allowing the brothers to be released by Christmas. If this happens, it would be one of the most dramatic reversals of a high-profile conviction in recent history. The possibility of spending their first Christmas outside of prison in over 3 decades is a prospect that has ignited hope among the brothers' supporters while stirring a mix of emotions among those who remember the shocking details of their crime. In summary, the potential release of Lyle and Erik Menendez brings to light the complexities of the American justice system and the evolving understanding of abuse and self-defense. With new evidence and shifting societal views, the Menendez brothers' case may be reassessed in ways that reflect changes in legal and cultural perceptions of abuse trauma. Whether they are ultimately released or not, their story continues to captivate the public and challenge traditional narratives around justice and redemption. As the possibility of their release draws near, it remains to be seen how the legal system will respond to one of the most infamous cases in modern American history.